welcome back to my YouTube channel. It feels really nice saying that. I have a video today that I've been wanting to do for a while. I've been saving everything up, and here are my empties for June 2023. Link them all down below. We have quite a few to get through. Beauty, skincare, body care, a bit of fragrance. And I always think these videos are really interesting with like influencers because we can get sent so much stuff and a lot of the time for free. And so if I get to the end of something, I feel like that says a lot. I want to say though that I've actually stopped pretty much all gifting. There's like a carbon footprint associated with every single thing that gets sent to me, and too much stuff gets sent for one person. So I'm really strict on gifting. Basically say no to like 95% of stuff, but the bits that did get through are ones that I've loved. There's loads of like drugstore-y, budget-friendly things in here as well. I don't like having loads of stuff in my life, so as much as this is like gonna go to recycling, I'm gonna put a big question mark over whether I repurchase it or replace it with something else, because I genuinely love having less stuff in my life. It feels like I get a bit of my time and energy back when I say goodbye to a product. So in no particular order, let's start with this. The Necessaire deodorant gel. It has like an AHA kind of chemical acidy thing about it. It's eucalyptus as well. Yeah, it's a multi-acid to deodorize, protect and comfort, and it's supposed to like stop with your matches really well, doesn't it? I'll link this below. This is Amazon. It's supposed to deodorize your underarms, so like you will sweat, which I do like I want my body to get rid of anything that it wants to get rid of, particularly now that I'm working out loads. And the acids in this are supposed to brighten and lighten your underarms, which I probably do like suffer with. It's normal though, isn't it? But I love the eucalyptus smell. It's nice, it's glass. I also have that Yucca app which says how like toxic or non-toxic the products are. By no means do I think that's the only measure of how good a product is, because there are some products on Yucca where I'm like, I wouldn't touch that. But this scores 10 or 100. It's like a really good product in terms of non-toxic load. I'm gonna try and keep these to under a minute, but I could ramble about a lot of them. This next one might be my favorite empties in this whole pile. This is the Aveeno Skin Relief Body Oil Spray. I love a body oil. I always have a couple of pumps in with my moisturizer just to make it like super hydrating and to stop. I feel like the air is the thing that makes your skin dry, like it sucks out the moisture, and I feel like an oil is the ultimate barrier for that. It smells absolutely delicious, 98% naturally derived ingredients. Aveeno, again, it's just very like natural with a lot of their ingredients. Smells good, so great. Seen it on TikTok quite a few times. Really glad a few other people are jumping on the bandwagon. I will be replacing this. I'll also be replacing the Necessaire deodorant gel. I know it's really like spenny, I think it's like £16 for a deodorant, but it makes putting on deodorant pleasurable, and I think just those little pleasures in life I am so about. I need to stop rambling. The Ordinary Squalane Cleanser. This is the smallest one that they do. I wanted to try the small one because I saw they had like 2 other sizes. I will be replacing this. It's just like an oily, breaks down makeup really well. I like to do 2 cleansers, so one that breaks down the makeup and then the other one that actually really cleans your skin. This is that first cleanse and it's great. I got through this so quickly though. The product doesn't go a long way is the only thing that I'll say. Also one of my favorite skinfluencers, she'll hate that I said that, Natalie O'Neill, I think her name is. This is on her list of non-pore clogging facial cleansers. If you've seen her, you know how great she is, and if you haven't, she is one to follow. And I basically have picked up my whole skin routine from what she recommends as well, because I actually think my skin is really prone to clogging, and I'll be really interested if any of you have dry or sensitive skin if you got along with this, because I imagine that you would, because it felt very gentle. Yeah, I might go to Boots later, might go to Joe and the Juice, get a spicy tuna and get like repurchase a few of these, but I'll try and be picky with what I repurchase because, as I said, I really just like having less stuff. Next one, E45 moisturizer. This has taken me so long to get through, and I really love that because so many moisturizers I could probably get through in a week. I really like moisturizing my whole body after I clean myself, so like every single day. I feel like my skin's got used to being moisturized, so it goes really dry if I don't. So yeah, at least 4 times moisturizing a week. I get through so many bottles, and this one because it's a slightly more watery consistency, the product goes a lot further. I love how plain it is, how affordable it is, how non-fussy it is. And I found this because Molly May's dermatologist recommended it to her. I believe so. I feel like I saw that in a vlog somewhere. Another one I will be repurchasing. I can't tell if we're being fast or slow with these, but I feel like it's a good pace. I've mainly got skincare on top, but we're getting to makeup towards the end. Wella Skin Food. This is the body lotion. This is the kind of product that I feel like I got through really quickly, but it does smell great. I do really like Wella. I do like Skin Food, the original one for face. It does get a lot of stick for being pore clogging. This is obviously different because it's for the body, but it smells really good, and it's for dry to very dry skin, with organic ingredients, natural skincare, etc, etc. Although the more I kind of hear about it, I feel like natural isn't the way to go, and it's kind of like greenwashing for skincare products. Might not repurchase this just because I feel like I love the E45 so much, and this is more expensive, smaller, and I got through this a lot faster. But I feel like if you have, you know, one of those showers where you want it to feel a bit more luxe afterwards, then you want to get like a really nice essential oily body oil, and then I would use this moisturizer, and it just felt a bit more of like an elevated experience compared to the E45. But it depends where you sit on the maintenance scale, I suppose. Haircare, I finished this up today, so it's in my hair at the moment. It's the Wella Ultimate Repair Conditioner. I'm also using the shampoo, which I haven't completed yet. I always finish my conditioners sooner than I do my shampoos. I imagine that's the same for everybody. And then they have a step 3, which is like the ultimate repair. I can't remember the name of it, but I've got that in as well now. And then the step 4, which is like an anti-heat protector. I love Wella. They're a really great brand. I do work with them a lot, just a disclaimer. Wella professionals, and I just always find the products to just be of such high quality and affect my hair in such a positive way, but doesn't break the bank and nourishes my hair enough, but still I can style it, because I do find that there are some products that are too nourishing for my hair almost, and then my hair just drops and doesn't hold a style. So it's nice to find a balance. Another Wella product that I love, highly recommend. We're getting through this so much faster than I thought we were. I'm relieved. A little bit of a back crack. I've just come from PT. YouTube probably doesn't know, but basically I did the TikTok viral Emily Mariko salmon rice bowl, and I was insanely ill up to the point where I went to Ibiza with 3 people, genuinely thought I wasn't gonna be able to make the trip. And I feel like I'm still recovering from being ill, because obviously I wasn't exercising then for like over a week, and just really lost my fitness. And I think being ill as well, then you go back to it, and I was like so out of breath so easily, and just not being as good as I used to be. But today felt better, so I feel like I'm making progress against the salmon bowl. But just be careful when reheating your salmon, I think, because that was a lesson learned. Next, this. I bought this because of TikTok. It's the Dove Dermaspa Summer Revived. I got it in the fair to medium, which is such a stupid mistake because I like my tan like dark, dark, dark. I'm not tanned at the moment, although I am wearing this, but in the medium to dark. But this is 2 layers of the medium to dark, and everyone raves about this on TikTok, and I just don't get it. Like, let me know if it's not a one and done kind of thing, and actually you need to build it up over a few days. But is it easy then to take off? This is my first time trying the medium to dark, and I've got a little bit of colour, but not that much. Like, I feel really pale on the screen now. This is fair to medium, won't be repurchasing because it literally did nothing. But do you know what? It did smell really nice. It didn't leave me feeling biscuity, but then it didn't tan me either. And it did leave me feeling moisturised, but I was expecting some kind of tanning from it. I'll see how I go with the medium to dark, or I also want to try the Bondi Sands gradual, you know, like the blue bottle. It's quite big, but that looks good, and everyone talks about that on TikTok. Slightly boring, very essential. Nivea Black and White Invisible. I thought this was like good. I couldn't see it, particularly when I work out, because I wear loads of black clothes. Just does the job. I don't smell, I don't sweat, and it actually is invisible. It's great for my black clothes when I'm working out. I tried my partner's deodorant because I was in a pinch, is that the phrase, the other day. Just white dust everywhere, and I was like, this stuff is actually great, so I'm gonna get it again. I also buy the minis for when I travel, which don't last too long, but if you are packing a carry-on, they are really handy. Yes, a repurchase. I'll get it from Boots later. I think it's important to wear an antiperspirant when I'm around other people, but day to day, and if I'm not working out, I love wearing a deodorant because I want my body to sweat. It's trying to get rid of stuff and I want it to get rid of whatever it wants to get rid of. Next, this is the Corez, I think you say, isn't it? Not Cause, Corez Body Smoothing Milk. It's this grape flavor. Was gifted this in Santorini. It was in the Rome, and I was like, how good can a body moisturizer be? Like, I love my E45, rah rah rah. This was so good. Like, it actually makes your skin feel incredibly silky. I'm not sure how big your budget is for body moisturizer, but if you wanted to splash out a little bit more, the Corez Body Smoothing Milk is lovely. Smells so good, and this mixed with the Aveeno oil, especially after I've been in the sun and you just want to like revive your skin, really a pleasure. But won't be repurchasing this just because I want to stick with Old Faithful and just have less stuff. I will just be sticking with the E45. Should we break it up with a bit of makeup? I do have some more skincare to get through though. This is the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better, probably the 4th tube I've ever gone through. This is in the colour Light, and I'm wearing it today. I'm wearing the new tube that I picked up. I've already repurchased it. This is the best foundation that I've ever worn in my entire life. I've DM'd them a couple of times being like, guys, let's work together, and they're just like, we don't need any help selling the product right now. And I'm like, fair enough. It's a really wonderful foundation, best foundation ever. It does have an SPF 50 in it, but I saw somebody saying don't rely on your foundation's SPF alone. It needs to, even if it's a 50, it needs to sit on top of a dedicated SPF 50. So I do that, but it is a nice addition to have. The colours are, it's more the tone actually than the colours. The tone is really good of the shades I have. I also have a light medium for when I'm tanned, but like I'm actually quite tanned at the moment. It doesn't look like it on screen, but the light isn't light. Go down a shade. I'm also going to get a shade Fair or Fair Light for when I have no tan on at all, but just one pump of this does my face in like a really kind of subtle, great skin, but not too heavy. It's just the most beautiful foundation, but I've also worn it to like events and done maybe 2 pumps all over if I wanted to go for a slightly heavier look. It is the best foundation ever. I cannot say how wonderful it is, and if I had to just have one foundation for the rest of my life, hands down, it's the IT Cosmetics CC. I actually bought one off Amazon to replace it, and it was a fake. It turned up and it was like, it was just the fakest product I've ever seen before, but Boots obviously have the real one. Should we keep in the theme of SPF? Probably. Lancaster Sun Perfect Infinite Glow, and I also finished the Ultraviolet SPF 50+. This is the hydrating one. Love the packaging on this one. I'm going to give this one a minus point for the packaging because I love that the more product you use, the smaller this becomes. So if you're traveling with this or like taking it to the gym or something, you're just not taking unnecessary amounts of packaging, whereas this is solid and just doesn't change. This is a beautiful product. I love Lancaster as SPF. I've also had their body one. I used their body one in the Maldives and I didn't get sunburn once. It was so reliable. This is called Infinite Glow and Illuminating Cream, and yeah, it's a lovely finish on the skin. I really like posh SPF. I can't remember where I picked this up actually. And then this one, I just love the packaging. I think Ultraviolet have nailed it. I might repurchase this one just because I enjoyed it so much. I'm using my Skin and Me one at the moment, which is Daily Defense. It's an SPF 50, and because I use retinol on my skin and it's photosensitive now, I think that's the right word, I have to be really careful with my SPFs. Plus it's now June. It's June the 1st today. We're actually going to Menorca next week. I can't wait. I'm having a social media break, like a proper one. No social media, no fake tan. I'm just chilling. I'm being present. I can't wait. I haven't taken like a holiday in the sense of having an out of office time maybe in like 4 years, or since I properly started doing content. 4 years sounds about right. I'm always on my emails and I'm like, because I just love I love my work so much and I'm so grateful, so I never want to miss anything. But for myself, I was just like, I'm just gonna take this one week, like I won't miss anything, I hope. Famous last words. Really love both of these. I also have a code for my Skin and Me, and it gives you the Skin and Me Daily Doser for $4.99 and a free sample of the Skin and Me SPF, so the one I'm using now. Or if you're a Skin and Me customer already, you get a, this isn't an ad, I'm just remembering it from the campaign. Guys, if you're already a Skin and Me member like me, you can still get the free sample of the SPF by using, there should be a little button when you log into your account saying add to box or add to cart. Maybe it should be add to box to get the little box, right? Skin and Me has changed my skin life. Being on retinol has just improved my skin skin immeasurably. I'll stop rambling now. I guess that's kind of an empty as well because I go through them once a month. This is the last, second to last skincare item I want to talk about. CeraVe's Hydrating Foaming Oil Cleanser. This is actually less oily than I thought it would be. It turns into a foaming cleanser quite quickly. For me, it just looks like an oil, and I do like a true oil. So what oil am I liking at the moment? Oh, the Ordinary, that squalane cleanser one, that felt more oily. So I'm gonna repurchase that one, and I probably won't do this one, but really like this. My skin was great when I used this. I felt like I want an oil and I want a cleanser, and this is more like a cleanser. Am I making any sense? I think just for like my job, I can find something I absolutely love and I'll still deviate from it to find something better, just because, well, I don't know, you just always want to try new stuff, don't you? But I think if I wasn't an influencer and found stuff that I loved, I would stick to it a lot more. It's just nature of the job, isn't it? Would recommend this. So affordable, you get so much product, it lasts an age, and I probably will repurchase this at some point, but I might go for a CeraVe. I'm going to try a sensitive one this time, purely just because I haven't before and I want to try that. We will segue from skincare into makeup now. This is the Charlotte's Magic Cream. I've only ever been gifted this, and I know it's expensive. I probably wouldn't repurchase this. Just, again, there are other things I want to try. I've moved on to the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base, again, because TikTok seems to absolutely love it. I had no problems with this one at all. You can see it's completely finished. It also comes with a more sustainable sort of refillable pot that goes in here, so you're not buying this outside thing. Here it is glass. Okay, good. This one you can replace easily, but I have heard bad things about it being comedogenic. It's a non-comedogenic product, I think. So it will clog your pores, and I just think for the price, I wasn't feeling like it really made that much of a difference. I feel like it's a slightly hyped up product, and there are so many more affordable things that could go underneath my skin. I'm also really enjoying primers instead of a moisturizer. Like, I feel like this is a little bit of both, and I want my skincare and beauty to actually be quite separate. I want CeraVe and like all the French kind of pharmacy brands, loving those, to be in charge of my skincare, and then I want to use beauty only products. I feel like when they try and mash the two together, I don't know, I don't feel like that really works for me. But so yeah, I've used 2 of these up now, but I feel a bit meh about it. Are we still keeping a good pace? I hope so. I will link this ludicrously capacious tumbler below as well. Guys, I put this on TikTok Shop, 250,000 views. Can you imagine how much I made in commission? Not that much actually, because the product sold out, which was really annoying, but I found the Amazon link to this, and so I'll link it below. But do you know what? It does make me drink more, hell of a lot more. This is 1 litre, it's a 40-ounce cup, so I only need 2 of these a day to like get to my 2-litre goal, which I seldom hit if I'm being quite honest. But just being able to be like, is removing so much friction rather than like a screw top or having a smaller mug where you have to keep on filling it up. I want to do more like beauty, lifestyle, hair, all that kind of stuff at the moment. So if you have any requests, do let me know. But the reason I'm slightly experiencing some fashion fatigue is that I have recently finished 30 outfits in 30 days, spring edition. It was the biggest social media like kind of project I've ever done. I find like all of my content sits uniquely by itself, but this really was a series. It was insane. It was amazing. I did that alongside going on trips and doing my regular ad uploads. It was really, really intense. But I've grown over 60,000 on Instagram, which is insane. And I've grown even more on TikTok. We're like over 300,000 on TikTok, and Instagram over 3, or coming up to 350. It is wild. It was so good. A lot of the outfits, if not all of them, are relevant to the UK weather right now. Go onto my Instagram, go onto my TikTok, and then on my LTK, there's the corresponding outfits. You can shop all of them. But yeah, I keep on going back to it myself because I'm just like, oh yeah, I got that, I got that. And the thing is, it wasn't necessarily a project to inspire loads of shopping. It was just like, these are really basic outfits. You probably have most of these in your wardrobe already, but even I need help. Not even I'm not like a fashion dudette, but sometimes you need to see your wardrobe in a new light, and I think that did that for a lot of people. So it just helps you with outfit building and outfit formulas for stuff you already have in your wardrobe. Highly recommend looking at that. Okay, we have a tiny little bit left in this one, but I was like, there is no way I'm not including this. Again, like the 4th time I've purchased this. I'm on the fence about getting it again. It's the best setting spray I have ever used in my life. It does the job perfectly, and again, it's just that thing of like, I really want to try something different just for the sake of it, because I have rebought this so many times. This is the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Party all night, stay all day. I wasn't partying, there was a lot of staying though, and it did work. I really love this stuff, it's great. So much better than the Urban Decay All Nighter, which I feel like just doesn't do anything. But I really want to try the Milk, the blue one. I really like the packaging on that, and I'm just like, let's see if it works. It comes in a smaller size as well, so I feel like I'm gonna get that small Milk one and see how I go. But if you are looking for a setting spray, this is the best, and I almost feel like I'm gonna screw myself a little bit over by trying something else, because nothing can top this. I'm wearing it now. It's so good. It actually keeps your makeup there. It's just wonderful, and I love it so much that I bought the atomizers for perfume bottles. You know, the little ones that you take away with them, and I've labelled it appropriately so I don't mix it up with my perfume atomizer. I'm not spraying that on my face. But yeah, I just have a little one that I carry around with me for my travel case because I love it that much. And it's just great. Most impressive beauty product I own in terms of delivering what it says it's gonna do. Don't worry, we've only got a couple more left. I really don't want this to be a long video. Let's jump over to fragrance, shall we? I have a tiny little bit left in the bottom there, you can see, but another one I wanted to include. It's the Suntel 33 perfume from Le Labo. It's very fresh, it's very piney, it's very masculine. I think I like my scents quite masculine, a little bit like my style, I would say, to be honest. I guess it's a little bit woody, but yeah, fresh and piney, pine forest-like. A really great one. It always reminds me of going for my colposcopy. I always had abnormal smear results. I got my first ever normal smear result about 18 months ago, and I'm back on my like regular cycle, but I do want to keep an eye on it. So A, this is a reminder to get your smear test, because like me, you might get results you don't want, and B, treat yourself afterwards. I got this just to be like, well done mate, you went for that. You had your little biopsies, which was so chill, by the way, and the way it was described was just like, everything's described so badly and it's just over so quickly and can save your life, and it's great. I'm essentially saying that putting on Suntel 33 reminds me of my smear tests. Would I repurchase this? I love it, potentially yes, but again, I just want to try something else, and I've heard that, I think it's called Another 13, is really great from Le Labo. But I love the packaging, I love the brand, I think it's super cool, very overpriced. Like, it's so expensive, I can't remember how much this one was, over £100. But do you know what, it lasts so long, and it's kind of, oh, that was slightly in my eyes. It's been the perfume of my 20s, which I've really enjoyed. But yeah, I want to try Another 13, which apparently is always sold out, and if you're like me, you're like, it's just gone up in value in my head. I love confirmation bias through things being sold out. 5 products left to go. I bought this because Lydia Millen uses it. It's the By Terry Brightening CC Serum in the colour Sunny Flash, isn't it? It has a little bit left here. I won't be repurchasing this. I was gifted this, by the way, as part of like a big By Terry package. I just felt like the colour was off for me. Like, it sat under my skin and it was kind of reddish. When I put makeup on top, it just wasn't the right tone for my skin. I think it's an interesting idea. Really expensive. I wouldn't spend that much money on this because I just wasn't that impressed with it. And it was one of those products that I just kind of wanted to get through so that I could say goodbye to the bottle. Like, I feel so bad throwing things away when there's product in them. That's something that I hardly ever do unless the product's gone off. But yeah, meh about this one. Very meh. Speaking of bronze, I finally finished my Chanel, it's called some crazy, it's like Chanel de Bronze de Chanel de Bronze. I liked owning a Chanel product, if I'm being honest. That's like the main reason I got this, and everyone raves about it. I'm not mad about Chanel beauty. I'm not mad about any of the like designer houses beauty. I feel like they could do so much more, and they're just a bit dated, and they're not really keeping up with like the kind of cool, younger like Merit and Milk and even like NYX and some of the high street brands that are doing really well on TikTok. I felt like it took a lot to get the pigment out of this. Also, such a good opportunity to have a mirror in here, no? Like, it's such a big product and you might as well make the space useful with a mirror. But I couldn't take this out with me just because it's too big. And yeah, I liked the packaging, I liked owning a Chanel product, but I don't think the stuff inside actually makes up for the price or the size. And I'm using now NARS Laguna Cream Bronzer, which is so much more pigmented, which means it's quicker to use. I just need like a couple of dabs and then I can wear it. That being said, I used the tiniest last bit of Chanel, which I'm wearing at the moment just to give you an idea of the bronze, but it's a miss. Then another Charlotte Tilbury product. This is their like pressed powder, another one that I've gone through like 3 or 4 times. I love it, it's great. I'm wearing it now. I particularly need it under my eyes, around my nose here, and then also just to like dull down any kind of texture around here. It's one of my favorite powders, if not my favorite powder. Will I be repurchasing? There's a powder I want to use before I repurchase this, but yes, because, and look how thin it is, especially compared to like the Chanel bronzer. That's just, this is so handbag friendly. Actually, no, screw it. I will be repurchasing this for the sake of taking it out in my handbag. And I love as well that it has the little mirror inside as well. I'd love it if it came with a compact. It doesn't, does it? And so you could have all 3 in here. You could have the product, the compact, and the mirror, and it would just make it easy for touch-ups. But because it doesn't, I have to carry a separate brush, and then I have the brush inside a handbag, which sometimes has a light lining, and I don't want the brush to get just the things that go through my head. This is in the colour One Fair, a really wonderful product, if not Charlotte Tilbury's best product, sat alongside the setting spray. They're 2 of my favourite Charlotte Tilbury products. I don't feel like they get the hype they deserve. The setting spray kind of does, but this is just like, this is proper. This is pretty great. Oh my god, last 2 products. This is the Glowgasm Beauty Light Wand in the colour Pinkgasm. I bought this because of Madison Beer's TikTok, and it had like a real viral moment. People have complained before that they get so messy, and they actually do. But then someone was also like, have you turned it off every single time? And I was like, no, I haven't. It's got a twisty knob here, but I don't want to touch the twisty knob here because it's dirty now. I probably won't repurchase this. Again, it's a good product, but the messiness, and also it's a very highlightery blush, which meant that if I had any kind of texture on my skin, particularly around the blush region, it would always pick those spots up. And I guess I want the option to add a highlighter product that's separate if my skin is more bumpy and I don't want to necessarily highlight that texture. Does that make sense? But this feels like a blush and a highlighter in one. But yeah, it's a good product. I really want to try Merit Beauty's Beverly Hills cream blush because that looks really nice, and I like the idea of the application just being like, because it's like a little dome, isn't it? You could just like rub it on quite easily and smush it in with your fingers, whereas this always just felt a little bit messy. Oh my god, last product. How many have we done? At least 20. This is the Beauty Pie Super Brow Precision Pencil in the colour Hot Coffee. It has a spoolie at one end like this, which is my favourite type of spoolie to use. I love spoolies so much. I feel like you really need them to like push the brows down and get them into place, and I love using it with the Got To Be, you know, the yellow glue stuff that everybody loves. And then on the other end is this nib, which obviously has run out, but it's really thin. Because it's so thin, it's so easy to do smaller hair-like strokes. That being said, I love the NYX Lift and Snatch, you know, the one that everybody loves. I've got that in the colour Ash Brown, and I'm wearing it now, and it's so good. And for that reason, I feel like I won't repurchase this, just because I found that kind of like inky pen that does even thinner strokes, and I think stays even better. If I was to repurchase it, which I think I will do because it's nice to have on hand in case like the NYX runs out, whatever, this is great. And also just Beauty Pie as a brand is really wonderful as well. Their candles are some of my favourite ever. I am exhausted. Well done for getting through those, to you and to me. I hope you enjoyed that. I really like the idea of Empties, just like I have a proper understanding of how the product has worked for me, and it's just so much more valuable than a first impression. I will link everything below. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if there are any products that you think I would love, or anything that I've mentioned, like I think about getting the Milk thing or the Merit thing, then let me know if you have any opinions on those, or just anything that you're like, this is great, I know you'll love it. I do love recommendations so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next YouTube video, whenever that will be. I'm just after my holiday, after my non-social media holiday, I will be back. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.